Hi, my name is Jamie Neer. I'm the owner of Energy Service Solutions here in Michigan, and today we wanted to demonstrate our solar lift stations product. So we use these kits for removing subsurface drainage water from farm fields. We have a pump that goes in the tile sump, of course, pumps vertical up into a drain or waterway. So we're going to head out to the field and install this 1 horsepower solar pump kit. So we're here today in West Michigan. We're installing a 1 horsepower dewatering pump on an agricultural drainage project. We have existing tile sump already installed a few years ago, and we're just back here now installing a solar pump because it's too far from grid power. So this is going to be, like I said, a 1 horsepower pump and 7 solar panel setup. Typically we're either 6 solar panels or 8 solar panels. This one's a little bit different. Basically what we have here is our 2 holes started for the solar panel frame. So these, we'll put the vertical solar panel pipes in these. The holes are about 4 feet deep right now, and we'll put 4 bags of concrete per hole. These holes are about 15 feet apart for the 7 panels. Normally they'd be 13.5 feet apart for 6 panels. These tabs welded onto the pipe are so that the pipe will not rotate in the hole. It's not as important if you have 2 vertical pipes, but on a 4 panel array, there's only a single vertical post, and the wind can turn the whole array if there's not tabs welded on embedded in the concrete to prevent it from turning. This is the Sunrack solar panel mounting kit. So inside this box there's pull caps, the pull caps go on top of the vertical pipes, and there's packages of U-bolts for holding the horizontal beam to the vertical pull caps. So this pipe here is an extension piece for the 7th panel that we have on this system. These Sunrack extruded aluminum channels are just mounted midway on the solar panel, and they are fastened in place with these retainer clips. So these spring clips just clamp between the aluminum edge, the aluminum frame of the solar panel, and the outside of the aluminum panel mount. We mount the panels horizontal in the horizontal flat position. It just makes them easier to hold in place and install the clamps. And then they'll be rotated down to an angle after they're all clamped in place. And that's done by just simply loosening the 4 main U-bolts on each pull cap. And then the whole array assembly can be tilted down to 45 degrees or 30 degrees, whatever time of year it is, or whatever general position you want to leave the panels in. This is the pump control that we use for the up to 2 horsepower pumps. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a 1 horsepower pump that we have here. This gets mounted onto the vertical solar panel stand pipe. Typically there's unistrut mounted on the back of it, so it mounts directly on the back, and included in the kit is the 3.5 inch unistrut clamps for fastening this to the pipe. So inside this junction box for our pump controller, on the right hand side here, there's the solar PV disconnect. So the wires from the solar panels will be terminated into this disconnect. As we move to the left, there's a white, red, and black terminal blocks for the pump wires. And then there's a ground terminal block, and then a power supply for the float switch controller. And this is our float switch controller here, and it's capable of having an upper and lower float input to it. So those connections are down here on the white terminal block. There's 2 cable glands supplied in the bottom of the junction box for the solar wires to come into. So we're ready to start and test the system, and before doing that, we'll check the solar input voltage to make sure that our polarity and input voltage is correct. So we test on the positive and negative solar input, and we're at 329 volts DC, which is what we would expect. So we can go ahead and turn the DC disconnect on, and our float switch lights turn on here, so the sump is full of water. Both upper and lower floats are on, and then we can just switch the switch to on in the pico cell, and the pump is running.